Hello everyone and welcome back to Blue Jay Girl. My name is Joanna and I film planner related videos here for you. And today I have a special video for you. Today is September 11th, 2021, and currently I'm about to attend the SGS Planner Conference virtually, and I am very excited because this is my first planner conference. So I wanted to make a video about it. I thought the way I would structure this video is I received a box a while ago for the conference and I was told not to open it beforehand. As today is the conference day, I feel like I can open it. So I'm going to show you what is in the box, and then once I can show you what's in the box, I did get table gifts, FYI. I just completely forgot to film them, so yeah, sorry, my bad. My first planner conference, got a little excited. But I did get table gifts from my table mates. I had virtual table mates. They were really cool. It was a lot of fun. And yeah, so I'm going to show you what's in the box, and then I may show you things that I make, because apparently we're supposed to make things later on in the video. And I may also kind of at the end give you a recap of my experience and maybe tips and things that I learned from doing this at the end, and things I wish I knew. I'm not sure how the structure of this video is going to go, just because I've never been to a planner conference. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I do know, at least for the first part, I'm going to show you everything I got in my swag box. Certain things, I don't know what to expect, so we're going to see. Let's do this. So the top of the swag box came with this really cool purple glitter tissue paper, super cute, really liked it. And just from looking at the top of the box, it looks like there are 2 columns of like a stack of stuff, so we're going to try and see how that goes. First up, it looks like a 2021 planner in a really pretty like marble packaging. It's from Bloom. I don't know what Bloom is, so if you know what Bloom is, tell me. It has the cool tabs. Once the conference is over, I will open these things up and kind of show you what they look like. But for now, I'm just gonna leave everything packaged because I don't know what to expect or what we're doing, so I don't want to mess anything up. I also have, I think this is another planner. It says Create Your Best Days 2021. So it does have tabs and stuff, which is kind of cool. But again, I'll open this up at the end and kind of get back to you and show you what it's like. Then there is this Make-A-Wish DIY shaker card kit. Again, I'm sure this is for a part of the conference that I don't know what it is. So super excited for that. I feel like a lot of this part of the video is just going to be me saying, I don't know what this is for, but I'm super excited to find out in the next few hours. So, but mainly I'm filming this part for myself. I want to make sure I'm very excited for my first conference. Very, very excited. And I want to film this so I can see what was in the box. So if things get messed up during the conference, I can look back later and say, like, look at all of the stuff that I had that was so neatly done. But this is cool. Apparently this is one of the events, I guess. Here is another container, something called Type A for Alexa, something I have not heard of. No idea what this is either. Can't figure it out. Again, trying not to open things up right now. We'll open things up at the end and kind of tell you what they were and what they were for. Here is a mystery blue package that says thank you on it. No other information. No idea what it is. Here is something from Sugary Gal Shop and Pegatina Plans. And it has my name, which is really cute. I don't know what this is either, but it looks really cute and I like my name. Then we have this other mystery package, which is from Magic with Pins. So no idea what that will be. Very excited. This is for another, I guess, workshop. It's called A Treasured Home. I'm covering up like more personal information, but yeah, this looks cool. No idea what this is. Then on the other side was this from Peel and Heel Studio. Never heard of it before, but very excited. Then the host of the event, Diana, who's amazing, super kind. She was in my table group and just totally willing to tell you anything you needed to know. This is from her shop, Sugary Gal Shop, and this is a set of sticky notes. Super cute, very excited. And if you've been on this channel for a while, you know this shop, Lights Planner Action, and I guess this is for Bess's workshop, which is, Bess is the reason why I'm attending this conference. I love her, I watch her Instagram, I, buy her products, and she had mentioned being in this conference, and that just was like sealed it for me. I was like, all right, my first planner conference will be where Bess is speaking because I just think she's great. Then here is another giant mystery package, the planner wire, no idea. These are sticky notes from the Go Getter Girl company, very cute. Here is a mystery purple, I don't know what, but it looks cool. I think it's a notebook, I think. This is a giant planner. I haven't had one of these since the first planner I ever got, which was an ECE planner. So this is from Goldmine and Coco, and this is huge. I'm not sure what it is. I'm not gonna mess with it because I don't wanna mess anything up, but. And a Tombow dual brush pen. And there's some papers in the bottom, which I think are for different events, and I don't wanna mess with them. So that is everything in my swag box that came. I'm very excited to figure out what those mystery packages are and everything else. I will come back and tell you like what the mystery packages are and everything else. So it is the evening after the SGS planner conference. So far this video should have just showed you before the conference kind of what was in the box without actually opening it. I have now opened everything and used a bunch of things, and I am here to kind of give you my thoughts, my feelings, and show you what I got. Some of the things I may not know where they came from because I was just opening things and throwing away packaging, and I wasn't thinking about making this video. So I'm going to mention the people who were there, and I'll tell you at the end a list of the shop's cards that I have in a stack. And if you want to check them out and see if that's where things are from, that's great. But I'm not going to try and put it back all together and figure it out. It's like 8 o'clock at night and I've been sitting in front of a computer screen for a really long time, so I'm like, I'm out. All right, the conference started out with a keynote speaking from Goldmine and Coco. I'd never heard of that store before. I really liked what she said. She talked a lot about goals and goal planning and stuff. I'm definitely going to check her out and her shop after this just because what she said really resonated with me and I thought was interesting. So the second speaker was Lights Planner Action's Bess. She did Memory Planning is Back in Black. She had a presentation about memory planning. It was really interesting. I have considered for a long time doing memory planning, but I don't know. I like some of the ways she did it where she's bullets and kind of simpler format. I think that's more for me. I just don't see myself doing like big paragraphs or like long entries or things like that. So she did definitely give me some ideas, and I love Bess and I love Bess's shop, and if you're ever looking for planners, Lights Planner Action is my recommendation every time because I just love their stuff. Third was Llama Letters was doing a bubble letter boot camp. That was hilarious. The woman who is Llama Letters, and I cannot remember her name, just was so funny. She was just hilarious. The bubble lettering, she gave us a worksheet and we could copy, and she tried to give us instructions, but for the most part it was just chatting about different things, and she was just hilarious. I didn't know who she was before this, but I definitely subscribed to her on like Instagram after this because I was just like, wow, you're just hilarious. After that, Type A for Alexa and Contour Pens did a game called Never Have I Ever. That was really funny. They pulled up people and asked questions. There were some technical difficulties with it, but overall I would say it went really well, just as an overall thing. And it was very funny. Then Pegatina Plans was supposed to do foiling fun, but she had issues, so that's going to be done later on a Zoom call. I really hope she's okay and everything's okay. Pretty Prints and Paper did Exploring Alcohol Ink. That looked really cool, but I didn't do it because they talked a lot about how, like, it gives off a lot of smell, and sometimes you need a ventilation or breathing mask, and I have asthma and allergies, so that I was like, nope, not for me, but it looked really cool. Then Mother, Me, and I and Television Trainwreck did something called Chilling with the OC, which was essentially a Guess This Planner Shop game where we looked at different bits of shops and we kind of had to guess like what planner shop that was. I think they were both really funny and hosted it really well, and I just thought they were really cool. A Treasured Home did something called Wine and Unwind, and we made these really cute little felt paper clip flowers. I had a lot of fun with this. It was really short, but I enjoyed it. There were, I think, 3 different activities that you could do. One was the alcohol ink, which I couldn't. Then this which I had a lot of fun with. And then the third one was making a shaker card. Actually, after the treasured home thing, Julie Garza did a hot takes with Julie. That was kind of like, what are your unpopular opinions within the planner community? That was also hilariously funny, some of the stuff people came up with. I realized watching that I really don't know as much as I thought about the planner community, because a lot of the drama and stuff they were talking about, I had no idea what it was. Then a shop called Indian Ivy Inc. did a shaker card thing. This is not how it's supposed to look. Hers looked amazing and she used all the right stuff. I did not have all of the stuff that she suggested, and I knew I would not buy it, but I did not want to waste it. So I substituted in things you're not really supposed to use. So my shaker card kind of works, but not really. And that's okay with me, because I still think it looks really pretty and it turned out really well, and I appreciate what she did and how she showed us, because this looks really cool. So I'm happy with it. But I definitely use like Elmer's glue and like paper instead of foam and like the other special stuff she had. So take that into consideration when you look at this. This is not how it's supposed to look. After hers, Shay Budgets did a mental wealth talk. I will say, out of everything, like the games were a lot of fun and the kind of funnier things were a lot of fun, but the things I probably took the most away from was the keynote from Gold Mining Cocoa and Shay Budget's mental wealth talk. Both of those made me want to subscribe to them to hear more about what they had to say, because it definitely struck home with me. There were a lot of giveaways. I think at the beginning of the conference there were a few, but at the end there were a lot as well. So a lot of people ended up winning things, which was a lot of fun. There were also games. In the games you could win things as well, so that was, I think, really cool. I think it was a lot of fun that they tried to do giveaways and give things away and stuff like that. The way the conference was set up, it was virtual. This was my first planner conference, as I probably already stated, as well as this was a virtual conference, which we all know virtual is a newer thing for us. Trying to think what I was going to say. The program they used wasn't Zoom, and it was set up really well. They had like a whole kind of virtual conference room, and there was a lounge, and there was a place for booths, and there was kind of like notifications when the next event came up, and it was done really well. There were Q&As and comments, and just everything was put together very well. I give them major props for that. Of the lounge, I did not use it very much. I think conferences are great and virtual conferences are really cool, but it just didn't seem like many people were using the lounge. Also, there were supposed to be breaks during the event, but due to stuff that was like no one's fault, just technical difficulties and stuff, the breaks kind of got squished, so everything got put like 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So there weren't really those breaks. So there was a short, like 5-minute break where I was able to go into the lounge and talk to 2 people from my table. But after that, they didn't really happen until the conference ended at 7:30 or 7 to 7:30. I think it ended around 7, which isn't bad, but it's just by that point I was so tired. I was like, I just don't feel up to really socializing with anyone. And honestly, most people weren't in the lounge. There were a couple people, but from what I could see, there weren't many people at the tables and things like that. Editing me here, I just wanted to say that looking back on it, I think that there was a way to, at the top, be like introduced to someone else. It was just very late at night and I was very tired, so I didn't realize that until later on when I was thinking back on things. So if I'd known that, I would have taken advantage of it, but at the time, I just thought that you had to only talk to people who were at tables. So the way this is going to work, since there's so much stuff and I am so tired, I'm just going to show it to you, and you can read the name of the planner shop off of it. If there is no name of the planner shop at the end, I have all the cards, so I will read all those names off so you can check those shops out to see if any of it is what you're looking for. So I want to first start off with thanking the people who put this conference together. It was an amazing experience. I cannot imagine the amount of work and effort that went into putting together the gifts that we received, the prizes that we received, the the speakers, just everything that went into this to make this the conference it was. It was a really amazing experience, and I know a lot of effort and work was put into making it possible. So with that said, I will say my favorite things were the speakers. They were all amazing. The games they did were also amazing and a lot of fun. I will say probably my favorite speaker was the woman who is called Llama Letters. She was hilarious. It was a breath of fresh air and just very fun. I will also say that Bess was probably my second, but mostly because I knew who Bess was, and that's why I wanted to go there, and I was very excited to see her. I also really felt inspired and encouraged by the budgeting talk. That was by Shay Budgets, I believe, and the gold mining cocoa talk at the beginning was also really inspiring and a really just great talk in general. I appreciated the amount of prizes that were given out and free things that were given away. I thought that was really cool and really fun of them on top of the boxes we had already received. I also really appreciated the fact that, or I thought it was really cool that the platform was kind of set up like a conference. It was like kind of like a digital conference, and you were kind of like an avatar within that experience, which I thought was really nice and really interesting. So those were all the things I liked, and overall, I really enjoyed this conference and thought it was a great experience. And there are a couple things that I have learned from this that I want to share with you in case you've never been to a conference before. They may only be relevant to the virtual conferences, so people can correct me in the comments if it's different at a face-to-face conference. The first thing I have learned is that when it comes to a virtual conference, someone needs to kind of spearhead your table. And what I mean by that is it seems like some table groups, they were able to get organized and meet ahead of time and open swag boxes together and talk to each other more and interact more. And I really wanted that. And I was so that was the main reason I was so excited about this conference, was to meet people and make planner friends. Because if you've been here a while, you know I'm trying to make planner friends because I don't have anyone in my life that enjoys and loves planning and planner supplies and stationery stuff as much as I do. And I didn't do that because I am naturally anxious and shy, and I just didn't feel comfortable as someone who is new to planner conferences kind of spearheading the table thing, table mates, and telling them, we should interact, we should meet up, we should, do Zoom meetings or Zoom chats or whatever, or during the conference day, because I'd never been to a conference before, I didn't know there would be a virtual lounge with virtual tables. I didn't think to tell everyone we should meet ahead of time at the virtual table or we should interact there or whatever. So a tip I guess I give to whoever is going to another conference in the virtual realm, or maybe it even is relevant to the regular conferences, is if you want to make planner friends and you want to meet planner people, you need to spearhead it. Because everybody at my table was really nice, but they were all busy with their own lives. And, if you want to make friends and you want to interact with people and you want to get them together, then spearhead the hanging out. Talk to them ahead of time, set up a time to meet, set up a time to video chat, tell them we should meet in the lounge, afterwards, whatever. But you be your own advocate to create those situations that you want. And I didn't, and I was shy, and that's something I regret. I regret that I didn't think to advocate that for myself and to put that together and to work on creating that so I could have made planner friends, because this would have been a great opportunity to meet people in the planner community and to really make planner friends. And also, I will say that I wish that there had been a little more explanation about how the lounge worked, just because I'd never been to a planner conference, let alone a virtual one, so I didn't fully understand how it worked. But I mean, there may have been, and I missed it because there were so many different things going on. So who knows? I could have totally missed that. The other thing that I figured out is, at least when it came to the virtual conference, I assumed that when the booths were going on for the shops at the end, kind of every booth would be manned and you could talk to people and interact with people and stuff like that. That wasn't really how it worked. Instead, there were some people who were there initially and then everyone kind of left. So for you, and I don't think that's anyone's fault. I think the planner conference was really long and I don't know how clear everything was, and maybe there wasn't like enough people interacting with them, so they didn't feel they needed to stay, which could be true. So my tip for you is, if you want to go to a booth in the virtual conference, I'm sure it's not like this in the face-to-face conference because there are people everywhere, but in the virtual conference, if you want to talk to a shop, make sure you prioritize the shops you want to talk to ahead of time, so that way you can actually meet with the people, interact with them, because they will disappear and then you will not be able to meet with them. Because there was one or two stores that I really had wanted to meet because I liked their products, but I didn't understand how their website worked when it came to ordering them, and I was hoping to interact with them to get a better idea of how that worked. Okay, so the other tips I have for you when it comes to at least your first time virtual conference: open the box ahead of time. I didn't do that, and I realized most of the people who had been to conferences before did open the box ahead of time and kind of had everything laid out and knew what was what. Instead, I was scrambling. The other thing I will say is make sure you get all the supplementary materials that they tell you, because a lot of the workshops and stuff require those materials to basically complete the projects. So if you don't want to do the workshops, then don't. But if you do, make sure you get the materials ahead of time and to have those ready to go. Also, a lot of the games and such were based on your knowledge of planner community and planner history. So before you start going to the planner conference, I would definitely suggest looking into planner history and planner shops, and just especially planner shops that are like a part of the conference itself, just so you can then participate in the games and win. Because I didn't know most of the stuff, so while some of it I did know, most of it I didn't. So I did not win anything, and I'm fine with that. I'm cool. It was a really fun experience. But I'm just saying, if you want to win something, then take that into consideration when you're doing this whole thing and figuring this whole thing out. Another thing I would say ahead of time is make sure you have kind of like food and snacks and water nearby. There were supposed to be breaks, but technical difficulties that were no one's fault made it so certain things went over, and because of that, there weren't really any breaks. And if you have to run off to go get your lunch, you're going to miss like a part of the conference. So making sure you have like snacks and foods and things like that around you, just so you don't have to get up and run away if you don't get the breaks, is another thing to consider. But overall, I had a lot of fun. It was a great experience. I've learned a lot. I now know I need to be my own advocate when it comes to getting my tables or my group together to, talk to each other and to make planner friends. And that's something like I had to learn and like get the hang of. But overall, I had a great experience. It was a lot of fun. This was a great first conference for me. I'm glad I didn't go to one in person at first, because the whole thing was a little overwhelming. So I would have probably been even like 3 times as overwhelmed being on my own, in a hotel, like in a new area, plus going to this like new thing. So overall, I had a great experience. It was a lot of fun. And yeah, I am currently showing you the Gold Mine and Cocoa planner that I got and that I saw, which looks really cool. And I'm excited to try it out and see what it's like. So let's get into the rest of this stuff. Read you the names of all the shops, so that way you can kind of figure out what goes to what if it didn't have a tag. There was a Treasured Home. There was Dream Plan Girl Boss Anna. Girl Boss Anna. There was Exclusively Planned. There was the Sparkly Bauble, the Glitter Laboratory, Mother, Me, and I, Right From My Heart Designs, EXO from Anna, Peel and Heel Studio, Sugar Pop Fizz, Magic with Pins, Clara Charms, Live, Love, and Craft, April Sticker Co., The Sticker Spectrum, Mother, Me, and I, Pineapple Press Shop, Pine Berry Paper, Paper House Productions, OK Plans, Mr. and Mrs. Mint, Ashley Shelley, Birch and Birdie, Vodka and Tonic, Jenny Penny Plans, and Productivity Muse. So those were all of the shops that I had little bits and bobs to go along with all of this stuff. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed my impressions of the conference. Like, thumbs up, subscribe, comment below if you've been to this conference before or if you went to this conference anyway. And yeah, tell me what you think a planner conference is. Have a great day.